Your Excellency, thank you for speaking with us today. You've been ambassador here for just over a year now. What are your key observations during that period?
This is my first tenure or posting in this region. But the commonalities between India and Bahrain, it just strikes you from day one. It's a small country compared to India, but it's rich in history, rich in culture, rich in civilization. The leadership of the Kingdom of Bahrain is very tolerant and very liberal in their policies and very welcoming. 1/4 of the population in Bahrain is of Indian origin. The total number that we have as per the data provided by the government of Bahrain is 340,000 Indians. They are active in different sectors, in the business, in the financial services, but at the root of all of this is of course the people to people ties. So I want to build on that and further deepen and broaden the relationship in every sector, be it science and technology, the political engagement, the defense cooperation, educational cooperation, and also now the new element of maritime security. We also have convergence of positions on international issues like the fight against climate change, fight against piracy, drug trafficking interdictions, etc. And I think we will deepen that engagement.
What would you consider to be the key achievements and milestones of your tenure here in the last year?
2023, as you know, was the G20 presidency year for India. The Bahraini government participated in both the ministerial as well as the leadership segments of the Voice of Global South Summit, which took place last year, which provided valuable inputs to the G20 presidency and the outcomes. The second highlight I would say is that for the first time we've gratified to receive a royal pardon from His Majesty the King for almost 100 Indian prisoners. So this is a huge number. Usually the numbers are in the range of 30 to 40. This time a huge number. And I would like to thank His Majesty for his kindness. And of course the very, very, very important highlight of the fact that we are in the 25th year of His Majesty's ascension to the throne. That is, he has been a pillar of strength for the bilateral relationship. This year is the 10th anniversary of His Majesty's historic visit to India in 2014. It took place in February 2014, and also the 5th anniversary of the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in August 2019 to Bahrain. These two visits between them laid the foundation for the future direction of the bilateral relationship, and so this is quite significant, this 1 year period.
Have there been any specific challenges that you've faced over the last year? And if they have you been able to overcome them?
If you see what has happened in the last 1 year, I can only really recall one instance where both sides had to work together. I'm referring to the export ban imposed by the government of India on export of onions. That was done for a domestic purpose. But working with the government of Bahrain, I was able to ensure that of the 5 countries around the world which got the exemption, Bahrain was one of them. So Bahrain and UAE were the only non-neighboring countries of India which got this exemption. But this is as friendly as it gets. So, really no challenges till date, but the potential for deepening the cooperation is immense.
Moving on to commerce now, could you give us an idea of the current trade relationship, the trade figures between India and Bahrain?
I'm on record of having said in the earlier part of this year that I expect bilateral trade to reach around 1.3 to 1.4 billion US dollars. And I'm very happy that I've been proven wrong. Indian exports to Bahrain for the period April 2023 to March 2024 was around US dollar 900 million. Bahraini exports to India was around 830 million US dollars. So it's almost a near balance. At the rate at which it is going, it will be an almost equal relationship. Very rarely does that really happen because there is always a trade gap for or against a country. But this is as good as it gets in terms of a balanced relationship. And I'm very happy that I've been proven wrong. And more than 400 million extra amount of bilateral trade has taken place. Last year, the number one in terms of India's exports was engineering goods, almost 200 million US dollars. The second was electronic goods, close to 160 million US dollars. Third was petroleum products, around 100 million US dollars. Then gems and jewelries, around 93 million US dollars. And it's only fifth that we come to rice exports, which is around 60 million US dollars, and then poultry. The latest data shows that Indian investment in Bahrain is around 1.5 billion US dollars. Since Prime Minister Modi's visit, the growth has been 35%.
Are there any other sectors that you think might be ripe for increased potential?
That potential has been unlocked because of the developments in the region relating to piracy challenges. Is the fact that the Indian Navy has contributed to maritime security in the region. I would like to take the example of 3 Indian naval operations which prevented activities of pirates in the last 3 months. Then the successful operation by the INS Talwar, which interdicted a large amount of counterfeit drugs. Then there is a lot of potential for cooperation in other areas, technology, education, and the whole host. I would say that we have reached a stage where the relationship is truly comprehensive.
Are there any specific areas of cultural exchange you think that are going to be explored in this year and beyond?
Culture is one element which I see a continuity. We participate in many of their programs like the Muharram Nights, like the International Music Festival. The ICCR sends troops here and the BACA hosts them. I must say that we are very honored by the visit of the President of BACA to the 46th session of the World Heritage Committee of the UNESCO, which was held in Delhi. The significance of this meeting is that this is the first such multilateral event related to UNESCO being held in India. We've started what is called the promotion of the individual states. We have done it for Karnataka, we have done it for Goa, Uttar Pradesh, and now Odisha is ongoing. So we are trying to promote the convergences between culture and commerce for mutual benefit of India and Bahrain.
Historic relations between Bahrain and India go back actually 5,000 years. Yeah. Is there a message that you'd like to give to the people of Bahrain and the Indian nationals who are resident here?
You see, one of the things that I was enamored by was the Bahraini culture, and in that, the language. Arabic is such a wonderful language, and it's a tough language. But nevertheless, with the help of my colleagues at the embassy, I'm making an effort to speak Arabic in public. It's also because I'm also doing that because I realize that there are a lot of Bahraini friends who can very easily start talking in Malayalam or Hindi or a few other Indian languages. So I thought that it's necessary. But I think the fact that I was able to speak in front of the Honorable Labour Minister on the occasion of the Labour Day organized by the Indian Club, it gives me a matter of special satisfaction. I'm making an effort to do that because, language is a way to understand the culture. The other thing I've started doing after coming here is I've started playing a lot of cricket with Indian community associations, etc. because I realized that cricket is something which animates and makes people happy. It helps bring the Indian community and the embassy together, and I think it's something that I will continue given the time that is available and the fact that I have to share it with my family which is in Kenya.